You make this analogy in the book with St. George and slaying the dragon. Maybe you can talk about that, because you kind of look back and say, okay, we were fighting for women's rights, we were fighting for gay rights and racial rights kind of in 50s, 60s, 70s, and made some great progress, and then kept fighting. And now we're to a point where a lot of people want to fight, but we're not sure if there's anything to kill. Maybe you could explain that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful phrase that the late Australian political philosopher Ken Minogue came up with in a book of his called The Liberal Mind. He identified a certain type of person who is keen on the revolutionary attitude, keen to be at the barricades. He called it St. George in retirement syndrome, that St. George, after slaying the dragon and getting all the acclaim of slaying the dragon, might be tempted to go around the land finding more dragons to slay, and there being a deficit of dragons in the land, might end up swinging his sword at smaller and smaller beasts until eventually he might be found swinging his sword at thin air. Well, I don't say that there's no dragon-like thing left to slay in our society. I don't say that everything's perfect, but there is a lot in that, in the febrile, furious atmosphere of our times, where when things have never been better, they're portrayed as if they've never been worse. For all minorities, for women, and this idea, I understand why people have it. I mean, I understand why people wish they'd been with Martin Luther King at the March on Washington. I have a few friends who were there and tell me about it, and it's fantastic. It's just thrilling in the telling. I understand that people might want to be there. I understand that some people wish they'd been at the Stonewall Inn, I get that. But I would urge that instead of thinking, therefore, I will fight as hard now as they did then, even if the stakes are minimal or non-existent, I would say, why not just enjoy the fruits of your predecessors' legacies and bravery and do something better with your life now? But that isn't the attitude of our time. The attitude of our time is an audition after the fact to be right in the center of the melee.